Please give the warmest of welcomes to our bride's father, Mr. Des Kavanagh.
Hecklers, we've got hecklers in the room. Right. You hear me on this one? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to extend a big thank you and a warm welcome to all of you for joining us as we celebrate this very special day, the marriage of Siobhan and John. A special mention to Paul, all the way from Australia. There's Paul. Well done, Paul. And for Liz and Brits coming all the way from Switzerland. And just to thank both Sinead and Scott for a great job on organising the hen and the stag do's. I think everyone had a fabulous time. Absolutely fabulous. Good job, lads. Really good job. So I introduced myself, and obviously we came through the door. I introduced myself there. But to most of you, you know me as Des, Dad, Pops, Grandad, Brother, Uncle, or to some, Naked Des. There's a story, but you won't find out. But today, most importantly, I am the FOB, Father of the Bride. And how beautiful you are today, Siobhan. I am so proud and honoured. I love you so much. Marriages, like births, mark a new beginning. The day I drove Siobhan home from the hospital was a new beginning for myself and Flea. With all its trials and tribulations, Siobhan has always been and always will be my little princess. She has grown into a beautiful woman, loving, confident, smart, and the master of a spreadsheet. It has been one of life's true gifts for Mum and I to watch you grow into the woman you have become today. Love you even more. It gives me great pleasure to formally welcome Jonathan, our John, officially part of the family. But John, you already have been part of our family for the past 10 years. Over those years, I have witnessed your depth of character, deeply loyal, patient, resilient, always seeing the positive in a situation. A great cook, a great host, always making sure everyone has a full glass at all times. As Flea and I have experienced, many a sore head the following day. Thank you for all the love and support you have given to all of us. Love you. I know your dad would be immensely proud of you, as I am today to call you my son-in-law. As you both start your married life together today, I hope you are blessed as I have been. For the last 34 years of marriage that Flea and I have shared, as I was then and on our wedding day to now, I feel incredibly lucky. Love you. Could go off here. So today, these two amazing individuals become an amazing couple. My advice to you both: love constantly, laugh much, accuse slowly, forgive quickly, share everything, be each other's best friend. With all my heart, I wish you all your dreams and aspirations come true. So I will close now. I told you it was going to be short. And invite you to all stand, raise your glasses. To Siobhan and John.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please give the warmest round of applause for a response from our bridegroom, Mr. John Stenning.
Desmond, oh, hello. Desmond, thank you very much for your kind words, you soppy sod. On behalf of the new Mrs. Stenning and myself, I would like to thank you all as our closest friends and family, and Andy, for helping us celebrate our special day. Hello, mate. As Des has already mentioned, we appreciate that some of you have travelled from afar, and would like to extend a special welcome to Liz and Brits, Tony and Jackie from coming back from Spain, and Paul, obviously, for the short hop back from Australia. Whilst I'm on the subject of thank yous, I'd also like to thank Siobhan's auntie Patricia and my sister Louise for your lovely readings earlier. Well done to Ollie and Edward for your roles as page boys. You looked fantastic. You look much better than the best man. Got a couple of little congratulations. Congratulations to Mike and Libby for your own wedding anniversary this weekend. Thank you for sharing it with us. And to Big Steve for your birthday today. Really cannot believe how quickly today's come round. It feels like we've been planning this day for a lifetime. And I use the term we loosely. You know that I've put a lot of time, effort, hard work into arranging all of this. You said tell the truth. Yeah. We all know that she has taken care of 95% of this, and you've done a terrific job, so thank you. To my lovely mother-in-law, Flea, and of course Naked Des. Hey, Naked Des. I would like to thank you for raising such an incredible daughter. Siobhan is kind to the core, beautiful inside and out, generous and loving. And I can see so many of her qualities and beliefs stemming from you guys. As you said earlier, I know I'm supposed to thank you for welcoming me into your family, but I feel like I've been part of you guys for years. So thank you for 10. I think it's 12 actually, but it's not, it's 10.
It's 11 this July.
It's 11 this July. I can assure you she is in good hands. And I know we discussed warranties, okay, but this one will not be returned. Don't feel sorry for her, we've got a love-hate relationship. I love that she hates me. And I'd also like to point out, I think I'm incredibly lucky to have inherited such a loving and genuine family, so thank you guys.
Thank you, John.
Mother and Dad, from wherever you may be at this point, watching I hope, I would like to thank you on behalf of both Shiv and myself for being so supportive and generous over the years. You've helped us out 1,000,001 times and offered advice when needed. I know you were both incredibly happy and proud to hear that Siobhan was officially joining our family. From a personal point of view, I want to thank you for all you've done for me. I know it's not been easy raising such a perfect and good-looking son. But I honestly think you've done a great job. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Stace. Thanks, Stace. I'm funny. I'd also like to thank all of Siobhan's bridesmaids, okay, for your support and valuable contributions in ensuring that she was passed out by 3 p.m. on the afternoon of day one of her hen do. (3 p.m. Awful.
John, we heard you only
Wait, shh. That side, you're all fantastic friends to her, and I know that if she called on you, you'd be the first ones there. And also like to say how stunning you all look today. Sinead, are you ready? Love or hate? You've organised 2 amazing hen parties and far exceeded what were already high expectations. You are her best friend, second now, and the first person that she turns to when looking for advice and support. Again, second now. So on that note, will everyone please raise their glasses and toast Maid of Honour Sinead. Thanks, Auntie. A huge thank you also goes to my best man, Scott, and for the ushers, for your help and support in putting me to bed by 4 o'clock on day one of my stag do. We've had some great times in the build-up to today, and I'm sure we're going to have many more together. Scott, I want to extend a special thank you to you for constantly checking in on me and making sure that everything's all right, offering to help, and for arranging such a wicked stag weekend as well, and for stinging my wallet with the choice of red wine. I was happy with the house, mate. Huh? So moving on, I'd like to say a few words about the star of the show today, who I'm very honoured to call my wife. I have to say you look absolutely stunning today, and I consider myself incredibly lucky. So, I first clapped eyes on Siobhan in the romantic and classy setting of the Midday Sun in Coulsdon, better known as the Hungry Horse. One fine evening, after frequenting the pub nightly for a few weeks, I took my opportunity to offer the bubbly, cheeky barmaid a lift home. She said no, so I asked Siobhan. Siobhan, what? What? Shh, shut up. It's always one, isn't there? Yeah. Siobhan accepted as she realised that she could save herself a £5 in cab fares rather than the fact of an offer from an incredibly handsome young man. So at the end of her shift, I drove her home and we ended up sitting on her parents' driveway chatting for a good few hours. As we chatted, Daddy Bear over here and little sister were spying on us. And after a few hours, in the early hours of the morning, Daddy had had enough. Egged on by little sister over there, he made his way out to the car. Okay? Sinead, next time he introduces himself to someone, please tell him he has to do his hair. Okay? It's a bit of a shocker, him turning up looking like that. Anyway, Desmond very politely suggested that we should call it a night and part ways, in which we duly did, as I didn't fancy getting to know the hockey stick in his right hand. After that night, I found myself giving Siobhan a lift home nearly every evening. Although to this day, I'm not sure if it was the thought of being in the company of such a charming and good-looking chap, or if it was to save her 30 quid a week in cab fares. But from that day, we've never looked back, and we're still going strong. Onwards, eh? Onwards and upwards. Siobhan, you are my soulmate and my best friend. In the past 12 months, it's been far from easy. We're trying to move house multiple times, trying to arrange this wedding, and dealing with Dad's illness. You took full control of everything when we hit rock bottom. I'm eternally grateful to you. You are so kind and beautiful, and as I speak, I feel like I'm sitting on cloud 9 knowing that I get to wake up next to you every morning. I love you. So on that note, can I please ask everyone to be upstanding and raise your glasses to my beautiful wife, Siobhan. Siobhan. Thanks. So you'll be pleased to know that's me done. Okay, but before I hand over to Scott, I just wanted to warn you that Scotty has had a few issues recently distinguishing between fact and fiction. So don't believe everything he says.
So, yeah, we've actually just been told by our groom here, we've got a surprise speaker here. Our bride's sister, Sinead, is... Oh, no, wait a minute, but then I want to say this is a groom's joke. Sinead, hey, next time. Oh, maybe not. No, I know what you mean. Not only our best man, but one of our groom's best friends. This time, big round of applause, Mr. Scott Robson.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and John. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Scott. I am best man. I'm friendly, house trained, rarely bite, and in the not too distant future be found somewhere near the bar. On behalf of the bridesmaids and myself, I'd like to say a big thank you to John and Siobhan for asking us to be involved in one of the most important days of their lives. I know they've both put tremendous effort in today of planning this day, and I can only hope that apart from my speech anyway, everything else will exceed expectations. I'd also like to thank you all for being here today, especially those who knew that I'd be saying a few words. It's very touching that you all still decided to come. To see this many people here today amazes me. I still can't get over how much effort people are willing to go for a free meal and some complimentary booze. Seriously though, John and Siobhan, seeing this many people here go to all this effort to be here to celebrate your day today is a real credit to you both. And I'm sure everybody here agrees with me when I say what an absolute stunning venue this is. Now, I first met John about 15 years ago, where John was my football coach, or grooming. When I say coach, I think we taught him more at 14 years old. John was just good for putting out the cones and filling up the water bottles and pretending he knew what he was doing, when in fact he didn't know much. Though he probably spent more time in the hedges fetching my balls after shooting. John coached my side for about 2 to 3 years before the team finally came to an end. John then got me involved playing with his senior side. This was the first time I'd seen Dodgy Knee John play football. And I say dodgy knee because every time I played with him, he always had a knee support on. Hopefully, you have it on today, ready for your first dance. Rumour has it, though, if it wasn't for his bad knee, he would have made it pro. I'm not convinced. John trying to play football and run was like trying to watch a guy run with a parachute on his back. John then decided to get back into coaching and soon became the new manager of a junior side. Unfortunately, this news didn't make Sky Sports. But after a short time in charge, John was seeking an assistant, and with most of the big names already in a job, he reluctantly asked me if I'd be happy to help out. Both of us very much enjoyed coaching, though sometimes we did question ourselves why we put our names forward for this. What with most late training sessions we did on a Friday night and the early kickoffs on a Sunday morning, but possibly the fact that most weekends we turn up hungover or possibly still drunk. Obviously John's fault. The kids found this quite funny, some parents maybe not so much, but we still managed to complete 8 years managing strong role models, I'd say. We've done a lot of things together over the years. We've had good nights out, the occasional gig, been on holidays, and certainly enjoyed hacking our way around a golf course. John has always been the sensible guy, mainly because he's probably had to put up with looking after me. Though saying this, a few years back, John did purchase an Arsenal season ticket. I'd say this wasn't very sensible. We won't go on about John's beloved Arsenal, as we wouldn't want to ruin the day. John wasn't one of the most daring kids either in his younger years, as I've tried to delve into his childhood, but there wasn't too much gossip. After John seemed to do nothing crazy, but a little dicky bird has told me that one time John tried to copy his brother go down some steps on a motorbike. John got his little push bike out and went down some steps, only to go flying over the handlebars and injuring his little ball bag. Needing some medical attention. Having drank, laughed and cried together for 14 years plus that we have known each other, I can honestly say that John is one of the best lads I know. He's been a brilliant friend over the years and someone I continue to look for advice and guidance. Fashion, however, I'll continue to take a second opinion. At this time in my speech, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the lads that made it on the stag do, and that somehow we made it back in one piece. As at times it didn't seem the case. Sun cream was needed at some points, and maybe a less few drinks for others. But I'd like to say a big thank you to you all, as I know that John appreciated all your efforts. Beware whoever has the coin. As I near the end of my speech, I just want to say how much of a great couple you make together and how lucky you both are that you found each other. You're both absolutely perfect for one another, and it's great that you've found someone to share the rest of your lives together with, and it seems to fit together so effortlessly. You both make so many people so proud, and let's not forget those who are sadly not with us today, but would be as proud and happy for you both. As nerve-wracking as today has been for me, I would do it 10 times over to feel as honoured as I was when you first asked me to be best man. I can't put into words how grateful I am for such a big part of your special day, and I'll never be able to thank you enough. And finally, for the one part of my speech that isn't a duty, on behalf of everyone here today, may I wish you both many, many happy years together. So I'd just like you to be upstanding, raise your glass to the new Mr. and Mrs. Stenning.
And thank you to our best man, Scott. Thank you, Scott. And here we have a separate round of applause for all the speech makers. Give them all a nice round of applause.